Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is March 26, 2015. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Megan Andrews.
And I am Sara Honeycutt. In campus news, Tarleton State University will be hosting over 10,000 high school FFA students on campus for a career development contest on Thursday, March 26th, Wednesday, April 8th, and Thursday, April 23rd. And the Stephenville Police Department is warning everyone that the roadways will be very congested. The registration for this event will be at the Bosque River Center and will run from 6 a.m. until 8:30 a.m. Traffic will be very high in the Bosque River Center, as well as on FM 988, West Washington Street, and Bosque Lane. Please allow more time for your commute. Traffic will also be very high before and after 3 p.m. for an award ceremony in Wisdom Gym.
Well, it looks like I'm cooking at home tonight, Sarah.
Oh, me too.
In regional news, The Flash today reported the Stephenville Police Department Wednesday arrested 29-year-old William Wesley McCamey on charges of aggravated assault and has bail posted of $750,000 after receiving an anonymous tip from a Stephenville Police Department Facebook reader. He was later identified as the attacker. This attack occurred between midnight and 1 a.m. early Tuesday morning outside Primetime Bar, locally known as PT's. The victim was reported to have left the bar with a man she did not know and reported that this man physically and sexually assaulted her. The weapon from this attack was also collected. And now for today's Texas, national, international, and sports from the Associated Press.
In Texas, in Amarillo, 5 men have pleaded guilty in an Amarillo federal court to charges stemming from an undercover sting targeting child sex predators who responded to fake online ads. The Amarillo Globe News reports Robert James Tidwell, Brad Eugene Sharber, Jeffrey Robert Abraham, and Colby Shelp Kemp each pleaded guilty to a charge of attempted transfer of obscene material to a minor. Mario Cemental pleaded guilty to a charge of attempted enticement of a child. Court records show that several of the men exchanged inappropriate messages with an undercover agent posing as an underage girl. The 5 men each face up to 10 years in prison and a possible $250,000 fine. 4 more Amarillo men were arrested in the sting operation and each face an attempted enticement of a child. I'm so glad these men have been caught.
Me too, Sarah. In national news, in Northern California, a search is on for a 29-year-old Denise Huskins was reported kidnapped after her boyfriend, 30-year-old Aaron Quinn, called police around 2 p.m. and said she was taken in the middle of the night. The AP has the details. And now, in international news, a search and recovery operation is underway high in French Alps. 150 people feared dead after a German jet crash in an isolated stretch of land. Officials say shortly after it reached its cruising height of 38,000 feet, it began to descend. Air traffic control lost contact with the plane at 10:53 a.m., nearly an hour after takeoff. The AP was on the scene. And now, Sarah, with today's sports.
From the Texan News Service, the nationally ranked number 7 Tarleton State Texans men's basketball team played in their first game in the Elite 8 tournament since 2006 and the second in the school's history. Tarleton Texans defeated the number 9 Mount Olive Trojans 77-59 at the Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana. The Texans are now 2-2 all-time in the Elite 8 and have yet to advance to the championship game. The Texans will play today at 6 p.m. against Indiana. You can watch the game live on Texan TV Northland Channel 9 or NCAA.com or follow the live blog of the game at texannews.net. And now for a live interview by Sean Hargrove with Brendan Sar, president and founder of the club soccer team.
Brendan, welcome. So you're the president, you're the founder of Tarleton's first club soccer team.
Yes, sir.
How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I mean, you guys see the logo around. I see my athletes wearing the logo and people realizing there's a soccer team. It's just, you know, soccer's my baby, so it makes me feel good.
Gotcha. So you're a junior here on campus, correct?
Yes, sir.
So when did you decide, put this in place to start this program, the club soccer?
Well, it kind of sparked throughout freshman and sophomore year. We'd have pickup games out in the intramural fields and whatnot. and intramurals would only be for the fall season. And so when spring season comes around, everyone's like, you know, what do we do? You know, as soccer players, we can't use our hands and whatnot when it comes to basketball and football. So, so it kind of piqued my interest by junior year. After being involved so much on campus, I thought, you know, why not use some of this, I guess, you know, this stretch of knowing so many people to kind of start a team, and here we are sitting in an interview talking about it.
Okay. So kind of like walk me through that whole experience of just starting this club. Kind of challenges you faced, and like just kind of explain what happened. Like,
well, when I first started, I kind of opened up a Facebook social media thing over in the summer, fall 2014, and I would just see what kind of interest we had. See what kind of students would be willing to come out and come play with us. And right when school started for fall, that's when people came out for, you know, pickup games, and it was like 40 plus people. So, you know, you split that sucker in half, then you got 2 teams already.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Wow, so it's, was it more or less than you expected?
Way more, especially out here in Stephenville, you know, cowboy capital of the world. It's so surprising seeing such a, you know, a sport that's overcasted by football, you know, kind of.
Got that whole Texas mentality, I guess.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, change is always kind of like one of those touchy things, I guess. What kind of feedback have you received, like, throughout campus from people you know aren't on the soccer team, just people you talk to?
Almost all positive. I mean, the fellow athletes here at Tarleton actually play officially for the school. They always wondered, like, oh, what happened? You know, why don't we have a soccer team? You know, and then of course a lot of students. I know during Texan tours or just visiting the campus, they always ask the Texan reps, like, why isn't there a soccer team? And you know, I guess that's why that's one of my pushes to make sure there is a team. So
you could see actually like a Division II, like actual Division II soccer team here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the dream.
Yes, sir. That is. I mean, I just picture, you know, Friday night lights, or, you know, on the weekends, and like just, you know, coming out there and just everyone cheering on for our very own soccer team, you know. And I know it not only bring those students that, especially like international students, those that love soccer, you know, that haven't got to get into the other sports. Now we get to bring a national sport that's just growing. You know, all of our athletes, including myself, dream that this becomes an actual official Division II sport.
Sounds good. So, what are your numbers at right now, men and women?
Well, when we started out for tryouts, we had about 30 plus for women's, and we had about 30 plus for men's. But like I said, from the start, we wanted to make sure that we train like an NCAA team. We wanted to make sure that we get these athletes ready, because, like I said, our push is to become an actual NCAA team. So we'd have morning workouts and afternoon practices and whatnot. Throughout all that, throughout kind of, you know, the coach's regime and whatnot, we're down to about 15 women's athletes and 18 men's. And they're strong athletes, willing to come out for workouts and everything.
That's great. So what can you expect from this team?
Well,
feel pretty strongly about them?
Oh, I'm so confident. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of you guys. But it's just exciting to see how far we've come and whatnot. Like, from, of course, you know, playing sports yourself, you see like people that don't know each other, and then now it's come down to the point. I mean, they go to dining hall together, you know. And but this Saturday's game, March 28th, against UT Dallas, that's a deciding factor of where we stand and how well prepared we are for the season.
So it's y'all's first game?
Yes, sir. It's our first game, and this is preseason currently.
Okay.
So fall 2015 is when
the actual
season.
Get serious. Okay.
Yep.
Well, hopefully we can pack the field for you and get as many fans out there as possible. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Back to you, Sarah.
Thank you, Brendan and Sean. It looks like I may have to go out to a club soccer game.
I'll definitely be there.
The Tarleton Club Soccer will play its first game of the season on Saturday against UT Dallas on Intramural Field C. The women's team will play at 1 p.m. and the men's will follow afterwards at 3. And now for a live interview by Sean Hargrove with president and founder of Tarleton's Club Soccer. I'm sorry, for today's weather, we have a video with Ariel Hall.
Although it is sunny and a beautiful day outside, the high today is 64 degrees with a low of 43 degrees. But don't worry, this weekend will warm up for for yet another great spring weekend. Back to y'all, Sarah and Megan.
Today's broadcast was produced by Ashley Ford, Sean Hargrove, and Ariel Hall. You can watch Texan TV News live Monday through Friday at texannews.net and on Northland Cable Channel 9. Don't forget to tell your friends about us on Facebook and become a fan of Texan TV News. I am Megan Andrews.
And I am Sara Honeycutt. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State campus in Stephenville, Texas.